All right, this is John Brad from RunMichigan.com talking to Luke Watson down here at the in Houston the day before the Olympic trials on January the 13th. This will be Luke's third Olympic trials, first time in the marathon, and it looks like I think I was looking at the results. You had qualified. You said I think more than once, but your marathon qualifying time was what, 2:15:29, I think.
That's right. You got it.
So out of Twin Cities in 2009. So and I know now you're working on your PhD at Penn State and a volunteer assistant at Penn State track.
Right.
So what are you thinking about tomorrow? How does the race look for you?
Well, I'm in kind of a funny position. You know, I'm in a spot where like being in the top three would take a huge monumental step up for me. But at the same time, I'm not that far away from it, and so the strategy is to go kind of just run my own race, and hopefully if I end up having just a good solid effort, I think I can sneak into that top 10, and that would be really a great performance for me at this point. But the main thing and most important is just to get out, enjoy the race, just enjoy this great field of athletes, and to just get in there and go and just run my best.
And I know you said you've run down here in Houston before at the half, right?
Yep.
So
I ran my PR half here in 2009.
So what's different about this course compared to the one you ran?
I ran my PR marathon at Twin Cities, and so Twin Cities is tough. The last 5 miles or so, you're going up a it's not a steep incline, but it's just a long grinder. Out here in Houston, you won't have anything like that. So it's a nice flat course, and that should allow for some really fast times, especially paired with the ideal conditions that we're looking at for tomorrow's race.
And I know you said when we were talking on the plane, you've been able to train with Brian Sell. I mean, I know he's not going to be racing tomorrow, but you've had a chance to at least have sounds like a nice training partner over the last few months, right? Yeah,
it's been a big inspiration training with Brian. A guy with that kind of experience in the marathon and just the experience training even. He brings a lot to our training, and like for a retired guy, it's just amazing how he can run just about right with me in all my workouts. I was saying earlier, it almost makes me feel bad because I'm running with this retired guy, and I'm like, man, this guy's retired. He shouldn't be able to run with me. But then you look at Brian and like his history and his competitiveness, and the things he's able to do aren't surprising given his accomplishments in the past. So he's been a great training buddy for the last year and a half, and it's really worked well in helping me to get to this point today.
All right, and I know since this is your third Olympic trials, but first time in the marathon, so I guess the previous ones you ran the 5K in 2004, then the steeple in 2008. So how do you see it different with the marathon versus the track races you run in the past?
Oh man, it's hugely different. I mean, there's so much strategy in track, and you're always trying to get in the right position, hit your splits or whatever. In the marathon, like, you don't necessarily think that much about the competition, or I'm not going to, at least tomorrow. I'm just going to try and hit my own splits that I have in mind, and let that play out the way it plays out, because in the marathon, like, you have a certain fitness level, and the best thing you can do is just run the best race to cater to that fitness level. It's, whatever's going to happen over the course of 26 miles with other competitors is just going to happen. And you can't really control much of it until you're in the last couple miles. So I won't even really worry about that. I'm just going to go hit my splits. And once I get to that last couple miles, yeah, definitely be trying to beat specific people. But until I get within that last couple miles, it's and this is why, like, if the marathon is a challenge for everybody, it's a race against yourself. It's, you're pushing your own limits as much as you're trying to race against anybody else.
All right, and what do you think about it being you got one loop to start and then 3 additional loops that are, like, I guess the first loop's like 2.2 miles and the other 3 are going to be 8-mile loops. What do you think about that for a marathon?
It's kind of nice for me not having run the course before, because I'll see it on the first 8 miles, and I should be pretty relaxed during that one, and then even during the second 8 miles, it'll be a little tougher, but like still somewhat within myself. And then the last 8 miles is just going to be like just pure guts, and just racing as hard as you can. So it's nice that you get kind of adjusted to that loop before you're really going all out on it. I think it's a good setup.
All right, and there should be a big crowd out there tomorrow. I know, it's, especially downtown Houston, so it should be exciting. And look forward to seeing how you do tomorrow and catching you out there on the course. So
yeah, thanks a lot. It should be a great time.
All right, thank you.